During the opening set, Djokovic's supreme ability to soak up pace and pressure continually elicited errors from a frustrated Alcaraz, and he triumphed in many of the delicate cat-and-mouse rallies around the net. Djokovic broke Alcaraz's serve at 2-1 and held on to the break to claim the set. But as has been the case so often in his career, the lofty occasion and form of his opponent instantly provoked a higher level from Djokovic. Against most players, unleashing his enormous forehand has been enough for Alcaraz to force opponents back, open up the angles and dominate. But against Djokovic, the ball just comes back, constantly. With immaculate depth. First and foremost, I have to say tough luck for Carlos, said Djokovic during his on-court interview. At this level, the last thing you want is cramps and physical problems at the late stages of the Grand Slams. I feel for him. I feel sorry. I hope he can recover and come back pretty soon. I told him at the net. He knows how young he is. He's got plenty of time ahead of him and he will win this tournament many times. Djokovic had begun with questions still surrounding his form after battling through a poor, injury-ravaged clay swing. Although his performances had improved during his time in Paris, the extent remained unclear. Against the number one and most in-form player in the world, the calls for a possible victory for the youngster were deafening. As the match endured, Alcaraz gradually began to settle down in the swirling wind. As the pair engaged in frantic rallies, using every shot in their vast arsenals and covering the entire court, Alcaraz produced perhaps the shot of the tournament. After chasing down a lob and with his back to the net, Alcaraz flicked an angled forehand past Djokovic in the service box. As Alcaraz improved, it was Djokovic who began to struggle physically. At 3-4 in the second set, he called for the trainer to massage his right elbow. It led to a tension-filled, chaotic end to the set as momentum rapidly swung from one to the other. After saving a breakpoint at 5-5, Alcaraz took the set 7-5 to level the match. Just as the match came alive, it was all but over. With the score 1-0 to Alcaraz and 40-30 on Djokovic's serve, the younger man began to cramp badly in his right calf. He eventually called the trainer. Since cramp is deemed a fitness problem rather than an injury, and players are not allowed to receive medical timeouts for cramp, Alcaraz was docked the next point and the subsequent game as he received treatment. Alcaraz emerged from the timeout down a break at 1-2 and he still could not run, drive with his legs on serve or load weight on his right leg. In a tense and awkward atmosphere, Djokovic quickly rolled through the third set, winning 11 consecutive games. Alcaraz finally managed to hold serve and win a game while trailing 5-0 in the fourth set. But it merely delayed the end to one of the most miserable days of his young career.
First and foremost, I have to say tough luck for Carlos, obviously at this level. You know, the last thing you want is cramps and physical problems at the late stages of the Grand Slam. So I feel for him, I feel sorry. I hope he can recover and he can come back very soon.
Primeras palabras para lamentar la lesión de Carlos Alcaraz y desearle una pronta recuperación.
I told him at the net, you know, he knows how young he is. He's got plenty of time ahead of him, so he's going to win this tournament, I'm sure, many times. He's an unbelievable player, incredible competitor, very nice guy, you know, so he deserves all the applause and all the support. Yeah, it's tough, you know, obviously for him to not know whether he should retire the match or finish the match the way he did. But congratulations to him for fighting spirit and hanging in all the way to the last point. Respect for that.